Hello, this is a presentation for Bio 4530, and I'm doing the fish supermarket survey, and I'll be exploring the diversity of teleals in our local markets. So for some background information, things to know about this presentation is that I'll only be surveying Asian markets, so that includes Chinese and Korean. The survey only be conducted within the Roland Heights community, which is where I reside. So for some examples, this fish is a silver carp. It's a really common fish found within Asian markets. And this is a salmon. That's a fish that's found within both Asian and Western markets. What we won't find is a swordfish, which is not very common in Asian markets. So my hypothesis for this presentation is local supermarkets contains higher number of marine fish than freshwater fish, but freshwater fish are consumed more. And the reason why I think this is because marine fish are easier to catch, either by trawling, trapping, or dredging. There are more demands of it, either by the taste or the price. It has a higher quantity, and the industry is more keen to it. And I already mentioned priced. My main objective of this presentation is to explore the diversity of fish in supermarkets and to provide information on sustainable fishery and fish popularity within local communities, and to survey markets and catalog fish species found there. So my methods and approach for this presentation is to visit my local supermarkets, catalog dead or live or dead fish that are available in the market, and using data I personally collected, and the data that are presented through graphs and charts, which I'll be showing shortly. And this is the map of Berlin Heights, and it shows the markets that I have visited, and you can see they're pretty close proximity within one another. That's why a lot of the fish are similar. And this is the justice map, and it shows that Rolling Heights is a middle income area, and the ethnicity is mostly Hispanic and Asians. Results and findings. So these are the charts that I've gathered, and you can see that there's a lot of fish that's all crammed in here, but I'll be going over three of those later on. Uh, and this chart right here is showing the green, red, and yellow data for the seafood wash grade. And you can see a majority of them are green, which is a good sign. Okay, so I'll be doing something a little bit more fun, I would say, in this for this presentation, and that is the top three most and least popular fish found in the supermarket. I'll be going briefly over these fish as to not take up too much time, and I'll explain why they are popular among people or not popular. So here we go. Alright, for starting off number one, we have the catfish. Everyone knows what the catfish is. And and the reason why they're so popular is because they're easily farmed and caught, and then they're easy to prepare, and then they also taste really delicious. Command number two for the most popular is the tilapia. And the reason why they're so popular is because they're low in price and they're easy to prepare. And since they're a freshwater fish, they have a mild taste, and they're also a good source of omega-3 fatty acid. For number three of the popular fish is the silver carp, as I mentioned. And the reason why they're so popular is also because they have a mild taste, because they're freshwater fish. And there's a lot of them. I've seen this fun fact here, they're invasive in the US, and they're also a good source of protein. Least popular fish. And starting at number one is the monkfish. I ever only found one of these in the supermarkets. And the reason why they're not that popular is because they're relatively new in the fisher industry. They only start massively fishing them in the 1980s. They used to be overfished, but fishing effort has declined. So they have accumulated a lot of mercury in their bodies. So that's not a good sign. And they're also higher priced compared to other fish. And for number two, we have the California sheephead. And the reason why they're so popular, or not popular rather, is because they're considered vulnerable according to IUCN. Uh, and then they're also important for the health of the kelp forest, so you cannot harvest a lot of them. And there's also size restrictions where certain sizes are limited, that they're forbidden to be harvested. For the last of the unpopular fish is the skate, and the reason why they're not so popular is because they have a low reproductive rate, since and their many common species are endangered. They're also nocturnal bottom dwellers, making them harder to catch. And since they're cartilaginous fish, they spoil easily and they produce ammonia odor, which it doesn't smell good. And for their interpretation, Asian supermarkets contains many of the same species of fish. This could mean that market sells more fish fit for the Asian palate. And freshwater fish are more demanded than marine fish, as we can see. The taste of freshwater and marine fish differs, leading to different markets for both type of fish. Potential issues and moving forward. There's limited markets that I've been to. As I said, I only been to the Asian market, so I'm not sure how the Western markets uh, are. I only collected data from observation. I did not ask too much questions since I don't want to bother the workers. So I only got data from what I've observed and from what I can read. Improvement can be made if there is a redo. Uh, I gathered I can gather the present data and compare to future data, so to see how the market has changed. So in conclusion, fish are one of the most important animals to humans, yeah, either as a food source or as for pharmaceuticals. Sustainable fishing is imperative to maintain biodiversity, so we make sure we do not overfish. Conservation of fish species to prevent overfishing, and this presentation should help marine biologists, fishery business, and conservation biologists. And then this could help further the field by keeping up to date on what fish is being caught and how it's being caught and the sustainability of it. And it could potentially rediscover rare species or extinct species. So, for example, the coelacanth was thought to be extinct, but it was found in a fish market in Africa. And that's the end. Thank you for listening.